Is that mouthwash in your eyes?
In my eyes?
Yeah.
I hope not.
Oh, good.
I hope not.
I hope you're nice and clear for the Polymuse podcast.
Getting a little tipsy on the Polymuse soiree.
Today, we're on Mr.
I only had one drink of
Sounds like I've had
wash
more.
mouth. It's really good. Wow.
Today, we're continuing as we move through the System of a Down discography. We are on Steal This Album.
Okay, but don't listen to that. It's not a call to action. That's just it's a metafictional, metaquizzical.
But you do you. Today, we're doing us, Mr. Jack, and IEAIAIO.
Did you get all those?
I think so. I think I hit it right.
All right, old McDonald. We're going to rip that one to shreds.
We sure are.
Mr. Jack's cool, though.
Mr. Jack is phenomenal. We have our traditional 2 verses and a hell of a lot of chorus with a little bridge brought to us by the gang here.
Mr. Jack is storycore. Mr. Jack is a whole... It's a story. It's a movie in your mind. It's different pieces that all fit together to do the different moods of... It's a drunk driver, right? Who gets pulled over and...
It's a very different writing narrative from them.
It's a narrative. It's a story.
Yes.
They've done it before, and they've done it... Sweet Pea was kind of a story.
Yeah.
Not
it's something we see so very rarely from this group.
Right. It's usually just random politics, grab bag of fear-mongering buzzwords. But this is a story told from a point of view and told from different emotional standpoints that are the different riffs that they hit you with. You like Mr. Jack.
I love this song.
It's a good song. We all like Mr. Jack here on the Polymuse Experience.
Yeah. Each different segment, we get instrumentally all the different elements of System of a Down.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Get what you deserve.
You've described the song as creepy.
It was creeping me out a little bit, yeah.
We start with some whispering, some kind of talking as we're describing kind of getting pulled over and talked to by a police officer. Kind of that's the perspective we're kind of given to initially start the song with our good old guitars in the background there.
It creeps along. It goes from just bass and like chimes and then some clean guitar comes in, continues to creep. It continues to be the 2 vocalists kind of being the 2 voices, the 2 personalities, the 2, like the voice in the head and the voice of the guy. It chugs, dude. I think it's a great song. I don't think it is on my mixtape, but I think it might be on your mixtape.
Ooh. Yeah, it certainly picks up towards the end. We even end with a scream. So I think it's an excellent track. And I like this kind of narrative. It can be taken at face value, or you could mix in kind of the System of a Down elements. We certainly have the memorable lyrics towards the end on the outro piece. Put your hands up in the air, get out of the car, fuck you, pig, that piece of it.
The very memorable.
Defying authority.
It's almost a gimmick song at that point. It's like that Rage Against the Machine song where they just repeat that kind of a sentiment over and over again at the end.
So we do have, some elements of law or, oppression by higher authority mixed in, certainly in the bridge, little men, big guns pointed at our heads.
More talking.
Exactly. It does start out as a narrative of a drunk driver and just kind of going through that story. So I like that element of it.
And he's so drunk that it's up to his eyeballs.
Yes.
Like he like turns
it's
to
great
the cop
visually.
And then the mouthwash just like pours out of his eyes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, instrumentally, I think this is exactly what we want. We have some great vocal change-ups. We have both guys vocally on the track. The writing is, the writing on this whole album isn't excellent, but System of a Down is like that sometimes. And like I said, different elements can be pulled from this, whether you take a lot of it at face value or you start to weave in some hidden subliminal messaging in there. I very much enjoy this song.
I think it's great, dude. I think it's an A of a song. A minus of a song.
A minus.
A minus of a song.
So this song was on the border for me of a long time. And this is not a song that I know as well. Because I remember listening to Toxicity a lot.
Yeah.
And I remember listening to the debut album as well.
Mm-hmm.
And, later on Hypnotize and Mesmerize. But this album was in a weird in-between space where I don't remember listening to the whole thing.
Right.
And I had some of the tracks.
Some of them.
So this was one of the few System of a Down tracks that I haven't heard as many times. So coming back and revisiting the discography this slowly moved up my list as I have my kind of S tier, A, B, C, and then the few lower levels I have.
This is one of the ones that's as good as a Toxicity song.
I have this on my S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I moved it up there.
Fair enough.
Mr. Jack made it, man.
What do you have the spreadsheet in front of you? I would put this up with like Bounce and with maybe Shimmy, maybe those kind of songs where it's like it's up there as like a gimmick track.
Okay.
It fit and Johnny, those kind of songs. Mr. Jack always kind of fits with those songs. Like you got Johnny, you got Mr. Jack, you got these different guys. You got all these guys running around. You got they're bouncing around, they're shimmying around. They're psycho, groupie, cocaine, crazying around. It's one of those guys. It's in the universe. It's like they're almost like the Beatles with that type of thing where you've got different characters. It's like Obla Di Obla Da type of thing where you've got the different people, or Eleanor Rigby where he's talking about specific people in this world that interact, and like this person said this to this person and this person said this to this person. Like it's not from one perspective all the time. It's like they've got different characters interacting almost at this point, and not
very much so.
And some of their stuff's just kind of throw word salad at the wall, but this is that type of writing where you've got, it's not even just he said, she said, what did we say? I say this, you say that. It's like he said this to them. It's like a third person observation type of a scenario.
Moving the narrative or conversations in your head or conversations you think you're having with someone else or changing points of view, that kind of thing. I certainly do a lot of that.
It's like a comic book where you got the word bubbles of people talking, but then you've got the narration bubbles, and it's just the different layers of reality. And speaking of different layers of reality, plug into this reality. We're going to hit you with Mr. Jack, ladies and gentlemen. The long awaited addition to the mixtape library from Michael. Michael approved radio, guys. Here's Mr. Jack.
Mr. Jack.
That was Mr. Jack, guys. Now let's shift gears. We got a long-running, much-awaited, fan-favorite segment on the Poly Music Experience. We've got Nostalgia Corner with my man, the man, Michael, hitting us with those 2002 nostalgia bits. What do we got? Bring us back?
Yeah, so I want to tackle a few things. First of all, I'd like to say that this song probably should have been on my Myspace.
Ooh.
MySpace didn't last very long, but it did launch this year.
Okay.
If you remember, you could design your background to all kinds of crazy crap. You had your song that you could set, so when someone first landed on your page, you could have that playing.
That's right.
You also had your top friends. You always had, that Tom guy who was your number one friend the first time you signed up.
Top enemies.
Yep.
Friends or enemies. That's a different one. Similar.
Yep. And you could always rank your top.
Gotta rank
5 people or 10 people. I don't even know what it was now.
Dude, that's intense.
Yeah,
you gotta be in
weird.
the top 8.
Destroyed relationships there. Was that it? Top 8? Something like that.
The Great 8.
Okay, but the Great Myspace
Great minds
didn't
think
last
alike.
long. It's still there now, but it's something different, and I think it's more music focused now, but not a big player in the game anymore. And then top movies. Finding Nemo, the epic fish movie. Should have done this back when we covered Bubbles, but Finding Nemo.
The epic fish movie.
That's right. Elf.
Ooh.
Like you don't watch that every Christmas.
I watch it way more than that.
You watch it every holiday?
Yeah, every Halloween, every Arbor Day, every bicycle day.
Yep. We had and a number of sequels here. X2, of course, we're big X-Men fans. We've got X-Men rolling back out.
X2 is better than X1 and way better than X3.
X3 was horrific.
It's ass.
It was really bad. But thankfully, we have the X-Men coming back into our universe. Terminator 3.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
We'll see.
Call us in a year and see how bad they messed that up.
They'll be on another nostalgia corner in the future.
They are not batting very accurately recently. That's a different podcast, but what are they doing, dude?
I don't know. They're going to relaunch the cartoon, though, and they're going to slow roll all the other properties, I guess, because I think they still have contracts tied into other stuff.
Dude, if they could just tell a normal story without making it like goofball time or politics time or like here's a whole bunch of like romance time or like any of that crap, I do not trust them.
You were there for the action.
and the characters I mean, you can do romance, but I swear, dude, some of these reboots have just been goo goo gaga nonsense talk.
Bad.
Like, I don't know what they're trying to sell us at this point, but
Yep.
X2 was okay.
Yep.
Take us back, dude. I need the nostalgia. Get me out of 2022. What else do we got? Finding Nemo's dope. That was cutting edge. X2, that stuff was cutting edge.
Okay. Bad Boys 2 was not, but that was in Will Smith's prime.
Yeah.
And we had another Pirates of the Caribbean movie, The Curse of the Black
Which one?
Pearl. Curse of the Black Pearl.
Is that 3? 2 or 3? 2 was bad and 3 was good.
I think that was the third one.
Okay. I don't remember.
That's
That's
okay.
the first one, right? I don't know, man. The first 1 and 3 are good. 2 and 4 are bad.
Top Thrill Dragster opened
Ooh.
at Cedar Point,
Nice.
Sandusky, Ohio.
Yes.
At the time, the world's
Okay.
tallest, fastest roller coaster.
Now you're taking me back.
How about that?
And then it got beat immediately
It
by
sure
another
did.
roller coaster
It
that
sure
was
did.
like 10 feet higher. It was identical.
Yes.
And Top Thrill Dragster's kind of a ripoff. Speaking of gimmicks,
Yes.
let me tell you about the Top Thrill Dragster. You go up and then you come down. That's all you do.
Pretty much.
Yep, you're taking me back, bro. That's now my system is flushed. Give me a few more nostalgia nuggets.
Few more nostalgia nuggets. Well, this one isn't quite as exciting. But Martha Stewart went to prison that year. You can cut this. I don't care.
That's pretty important.
That
I
is
mean,
important.
That's like nostalgic.
That leads us to the great relationship she has with Snoop Dogg now.
What a strange.
Mm-hmm.
They should. I mean, it's whatever. It's just random celebrity mashup time.
Yeah.
Everything is everything now. You can just do a mashup of everything.
And here's a fun fact for you. Dewey, the first deer clone, was born at Texas A&M University.
Aw, Dewey.
Which leads us to the time we are now when we're discussing a number of those
Cloning
different
deer
things.
all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
All the time. We have not enough deer. They need to clone some more so that they can get hit by vehicles.
That's yeah.
Clone a 10 more deer. We need. Speaking of barnyard animals, I'm going to hit you with the next song. This is
Good.
Old MacDonald on Steal This Album Radio. Okay, so this is a whack job song. This has like a bunch of elements in it. A lot of different System of a Down pieces.
Yes.
Like a goulash of different assorted textures and colors and spices.
It's also the only song that John has vocal and writing credit.
Oh, really? Because he goes that stuff.
I guess.
That
Writing
makes
credit
sense.
too, though, so I don't know if that counts for the
Well, he wrote the
Yeah, I guess.
IEAIAIO. So more barnyard stuff. More. It's again Old MacDonald. It's Mother Goose. It's all this stuff. You know. It's cool. The drums are really jungly, slappy, like crazy, like that kind of thing. Really wheedly, needly guitars. He's dropping all kinds of strange celebrity references in here.
Yes.
And I think that here we go. It's TMZ. Take it away.
TMZ corner now.
It's apparently right. What this song is about, like celebrity sightings, like when the members of the System of a Down were running into System of a Down celebrities. So here we go. System of a Down versus celebrities on TMZ. Take one by Michael.
So John is very involved with this track. He's the drummer, of course. And his dad met David Hasselhoff at Dale Jr.'s liquor store. And that is referenced here in the song, Dale Jr.'s and John, and his finger getting pointed at him. But David Hasselhoff was a big star of Knight Rider at the time, which is a show that lasted 4 seasons, 90 episodes in the early 80s. It was big because David Hasselhoff was, of course, big at the time. Continued to be for several years after, including Baywatch and a number of other big shows. Big show at the time. Big star. He met John and his dad at the store, and it's referenced through this song a little bit, but it's also just a word salad as well. Vocal and writing credits in this song as well.
Lois Lane, Jimmy Carter. That's pretty hilarious. Not Jimmy Olsen, Jimmy Carter. That'd be a good team up. Jimmy Carter. See, that's what we're talking. I knew we could do it. Snoop Dogg, Martha Stewart,
There you go.
Lois Lane, and Jimmy Carter. Random celebrity mashup time.
Yeah, just fit right in.
I knew we could do it.
Yeah, we
I
got
knew
it.
that wasn't for nothing, Martha.
Yeah,
Not for nothing.
not for nothing.
Martha Stewart went to
So-
prison this year.
Yep.
Don't that make you nostalgic?
Back in the day.
Back when you got your music on a lime wire.
Yep. Fan favorite apparently. Played at most of their live shows.
Not these fans and not this show.
No.
So, I mean, we played it. but we're not playing it.
I can sing a little for you.
IEAIAIO. It's a lot, the part where he's like the talking sing rap part is a lot like "We Didn't Start the Fire" by Billy Joel. That's what it reminds me of. Where he's doing kind of a talk rap like dun dun down dun dun down dun 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 dun, and he's just saying random celebrities and random events to like a talk rap. It's like that. This is definitely the "We Didn't Start the Fire" of the System of a Down catalog, guaranteed.
Peter Pecker Pip.
Oh man, don't start. Surge is like, oh, I got like this preschool rhyme book lyrics. Peter Piper pick a pick. It's like, oh my goodness, dude.
Yeah.
Can you try a little bit more than that? A little bit. I mean, it's funny idea. It's a funny idea to take old poems and old characters and old references like that. But it's just how many? It's been a lot. It's been a lot of goofball stuff like that. I mean, we like it. We like the random. We like the pizza pie. Bye. Snowballs in the refrigerator. But sometimes when you're doing Peter Piper pick to peck up, I mean, we did seashells and all that crap a minute ago.
Yeah.
So I mean, come on.
Well, and a number of people have tried to decode this. So the bridge and all the words: salad, mind, illusions, acquainted, bubbles, erotic, plutonium.
That's
wedding
where he
rings.
loses me, dude.
Well, there's stuff online that has the first letter of each word spelled out, and each acronym means something else, and there's secret codes in it. Yeah, so you can dig into that theory online as well.
But we're not going to do that on this episode.
Because it's just a hodgepodge. But yeah, people have been trying to dig into this and see if there's layers to these kind of tracks that they put together.
We're going to dig. We will do a roundup of all the letters and acronym songs of System of a Down, but not right now, because that brings us to the end of another Polymuse episode where we will take you up in the air in our Polymuse airplane, and then
what did you grade this?
Take you down to where we grade this song. C+ for effort.
C+ for effort. I like that. That's right around where I was too.
Couple of C+ers. Any other last thoughts about IEAIAIO?
Yes. I wish John was involved in more stuff.
Yeah, more writing.
Yeah.
Less Darren, more everyone else.
This is a great band with a number of different messages. We've seen through this that they really can tackle a number of different subjects. And I just wish that they did spread out a little bit more and also include everyone in maybe trying a few different pockets here.
Dude, I know. They would have been amazing. If they did like a White Album thing, like when the Beatles did the White Album, it's like all four of them writing individually without each other. That's what they needed to do instead of trying to step on each other all the time.
Well, what if they took the Mr. Jack more, the first half of the story writing element, and included that into this kind of meeting with David Hasselhoff? Not that it needed to be all about that, but some elements of that, some more of the actual storytelling without all the resist this or fight against that.
I mean, they don't have to be political. Sometimes they can just be awesome. It's both. It's a lot of different areas. And it's, like we said, it's stuff that other bands don't even bother with. They're just into these huge, they're like continents, dude. They're like massive glaciers. That's what System of a Down is to me.
A massive glacier?
Yes.
Slow moving and chill?
No, like a continental
Permanent.
shift. Talk about like the subjects they deal with are like
Gotcha.
as big as mountains, and other artists are just dealing with like pebbles.
Gotcha.
And we'll get you next time on Polymuse. See ya.